Welcome. This is Game Maker Studio, and I've loaded up a prototype that I've been working on. I've put maybe 15 hours or so into it so far. This is what it looks like right now. So I'm loading it up, and this is a top-down shooter. I am the guy in the middle, holding a gun, and there's these oh crap, there's these zombies coming for me. As you can see, they're pretty aggressive. And I have to shoot a bunch of them to make sure I don't get killed. So the red numbers indicate when I take damage, and the blue numbers indicate when I do damage. Alright, so you right click to set a destination, and your guy will go to that destination. You can strafe, you can turn around, follow the mouse. And here you'll notice there's a little floating guy, or floating thing here. That's a little health thing. My health just went up. There's a score. The score is based on how much damage you deal. If I complete the level at this point, kill everything in it, and collect all the power-ups, I should end at about 2,300 points. This is the other power-up in the game. It's a rapid fire. It lasts 10 seconds, as you can see here. When I click it, I shoot. Every time I click, I shoot 4 bullets instead of 1. It's good for you can sort of spread out the fire. Or, oh, it just ended. So now I just shoot 1 bullet. Okay, so every time you click, it'll shoot 4 bullets. It means you can take down a zombie with just like 1 or 2 clicks, as opposed to having to button mash like I'm doing here. The way the zombies work is they have a minimum distance. This one spotted me just now, and he'll become aggro and come towards me. They cannot see through walls, so I can go stand right here. Doesn't make a difference. Another way to aggro a zombie is, despite the distance that you are from it, if you shoot it, because the range of your gun is longer than the vision of the zombie. Like, see these guys over here, they don't see me yet, but if I shoot one of them, boom. Oh, it helps if I hit it. See, this guy, I just shot him, and then he'll come start chasing me. Alright. Oh crap. Oh crap. Get away from me, guys. Get away from me. Ah! Alright. Okay, so I'm at 2,000 points right now, so there technically should still be a few zombies around. There's some of them. And the zombies, once they aggro you, they will not lose aggro. That means that it doesn't matter how much you try to run away, they will keep chasing you, because that's how I like it. It's sort of, you know, the whole thing about zombies is that they're scary, right? These are not very scary because they're ugly, but if I can make them a little scarier by chasing you all over the place, why not do that? So that's what I'm doing. I didn't quite get to 2,300 points. Almost. I guess I didn't do as much damage in this instance of the game as I have in previous ones, but I did survive, which is in itself pretty good. Pretty happy with that. So that's the game as it looks, and it consists of these assets you see here. These are all the sprites in the game. The player, the bullet, the muzzle flash, like when you shoot, comes a little out of the gun. The wall, debris when you hit the wall, like because when you shoot, if you hit the wall, if you miss the zombie, it'll make a little debris spray. This is blood splatter. It looks white here, but it is colored green in the game. This, of course, is the zombie. The game over button, which you didn't see because I didn't die. Health and bullets. Okay. There's no sounds, no backgrounds, no paths, nothing like that yet. So scripts are just bits of code that are called. These display damage. So the red numbers that, or the blue numbers that you see over the monsters when I do damage, they come from here. The red numbers come from here. And this is a random spawn script. This is the script that is called at the beginning of the game when the power-ups and the healing is randomly placed. So those are just bits of code. I can load one up here. This one I'll cover in more detail at some other point, probably in a different video. But basically it's a script that takes two arguments, an object, something to spawn like a power-up, and a distance from the player. This is just to say that, for instance, if we have a health power-up, I don't want that at the beginning of the game to spawn right next to the player character. It should be somewhere else on the level, so you have to walk around and look for it. So that's what the minimum distance is these two arguments are called to the script when you first call the script. And so it'll generate a random location in the level, and if that location is available, as in there's not a wall there or something else, then it will create an instance of the object that you defined up here at the location that it generated earlier, and also return a variable true or false, which is the part that I'll cover later in some other video. So the sprites are just the graphics, the scripts are just like bits of code, and then there's all the objects that are actual parts of the game that, like the player, for instance. Let's just look at him real quick. The player, when created, runs a bit of code. It has two alarms. Alarms are basically timers that can be called from other parts of the code and execute different commands. There's a step command. The step is called at every frame. So the default frame is, the speed is 30 frames per second. So this code will get called 30 times in 1 second. Then I have another bit of code that defines what happens when you're colliding with a zombie. In this case, you'll take damage and you'll get pushed around the level. The zombies will like tussle with you, even though they're ugly. They still have that functionality. Then, of course, I have the button actions. A left button will shoot. Right button will set you in a direction and start walking to that place where you clicked. And then finally, I have a couple of like just debug things. If you press the R key, the room will restart, and if you press the S key, it'll take a screenshot and save it in the application folder. So technically, these two should not really be part of the player character, and I'll probably move those later. But for now, they're tied to the player character, and these are all the things that the player character will do. Okay. So I'm not going to go through all the objects now. It's just give you a quick idea of what's going on. I have one room or scene in the game. I haven't even named it. It's just called room 0. Let's name it right now. I like to use R underscore to indicate that we're talking about a room, and let's call it test level. Okay. Alright, so it's called test level, and I hit like this, and you'll see it was renamed over here. So these are all the things that make up this little game called BaBaBang right now. Let me save real quick and show you once again the game. This time I'll let myself get attacked by a bunch of zombies, so you can see me getting pushed around, and you'll get to see the look at him push me around, jerk. There we go. And I'll let myself get killed. Not by this guy though. Let's see if I can get all of them to chase me. Oh no, they're all coming for me. Oh, there's more. Oh no. And there he goes. I was killed, and all the zombies go to where I was last seen, and they're like, oh, where'd he go? So they're not looking for me or doing their thing. And this, of course, is the game over thing. It's an object, just like the player character and the zombies and the walls and everything else. And if I click on it, it restarts the game. Like I said, it's taken me about 15 hours or so to build this part. Maybe it could be like a prison story. Some prison got infected with some kind of zombie virus, and now you have to go in there and clear it out, make sure it doesn't spread to outside. I was thinking of maybe turning it into like a just short 6-level game, and then I can always expand it later. But obviously, there's a lot to do still. These projects can potentially go on forever, but in 15 hours, I don't think this is half bad. And it just shows you the power of things like Game Maker Studio. That's all I got for this video. If you have questions or comments, please feel free to post them. And thanks for watching.